Good morning, everyone. My name is Banks, and I'm the lead analyst for Good LEDs and also the founder. So today we're going to be looking at a couple things for the new week. But from tomorrow, we're commencing our trading challenge. Everybody's heated up. People have their energies on point, and everybody wants to go home with the 3 million naira worth of cash prize that we have to give out to our trading community. So today we're going to be looking at what can happen for the new week. But officially tomorrow, we'll be starting our trading challenge and we'll be updating everybody live every single day. There will be a leadership board that will be displaying every single trader. It's like a race. So every single trader will be displayed on the leadership board. Starting from tomorrow, the programmers are ready. A lot of people have their live accounts ready. So if you want to be on the leadership board, your name will be there and all. And it's only those that are on the leadership board that will qualify to win at the end of the 30 days challenge. So as you all know already, for the 30 days challenge, we'll be giving you guys trades every single day. You can trade on your own to basically help yourself and boost your trading. You can trade on your own. We're going to be giving you guys every single day. We'll be teaching you what you need to do to get started and to better your trading. Also, we'll be dropping nuggets every day, stuff that can help you to scale better. Also, we're one big family. So every evening, most likely I will be opening the group for everybody to communicate, or I will create a platform where people can chat and but it's just that might have a bit of how Nigerians can be. But then I'll see if I can create that, provided the community, we all respect ourselves and we do the needful, and there's nobody insulting or fighting one another. So I will do that just to ensure that everybody scales and grows. All right. So it's gonna be a very, very interesting month if you're open to learning. So yeah, let's go, guys. So now for today, what do we have for gold? So first of all, as you guys can see, this is a 30 minutes time frame. I'm gonna put this to first off. I'm gonna put this on the 4-hour time frame. So let's look at what we have on the 4-hour. So firstly, hold on for me, guys. Thank you. So firstly, as you can see, this is basically the 4-hour time frame. All right. And on this 4-hour time frame, you can basically see that the market has been pushing down price a bit, which means we've had series of sales here all around, right? First off, we had market create this high that is basically here, then failed to push up to this zone, and then doing the continuation of the sell pattern here, which you can basically see. Now we now have markets pushed up price here to break this structure. But after breaking this high, all we had was a break of this high, and the market continuously pushed down price. Okay. Now we've had case scenarios where markets continuously breaks lows. As you can see, these were still case scenarios where we had like a low here, a low here, a low here, a low here, and all. But then markets continuously push down price to break this low, push down price here to break, push down price here to break this other region that is here. All right. So now we're now looking at, okay, where would we most likely see a continuation of the sell pattern? Okay. And that's like the reason why we are here. So for me, all I can basically see here is sell opportunities. All right. It doesn't mean that you won't basically have buy case scenarios. It doesn't mean that markets won't basically push up price and all. But for me right now, what I can see here are sell opportunities. And how do we maximize those sell opportunities into something good is what we're going to be trashing out here. All right. So now, first off, we're already know that, okay, we're looking at possible sales. Yeah. And we've seen case scenarios where market displayed a bit of that. Okay. We've seen the case scenario where market displayed a bit of that here. So we've had sell here, and then now you have this region. So for me, I'm going to mark out this area as a rectangular zone. Firstly, and drag this all the way to this area. That is there. Now, after marking that out, so for me, what I would be expecting is that this area is an area that shows buy opportunities. Why? Because this is a low, this is a break of a low, and this is an invalidated zone. So market is supposed to come down automatically to sweep up this zone and then buy from it. That's why for me, If you had set your stop loss here and still expecting buys, you're not wrong. But nonetheless, provided this zone has been broken now, as you can see, it's created an equal low, right? There was an equal low being created here. So for me, I'm expecting that market does something like this, where you have a case scenario like this where markets, it's either you take gold sales or you expect market to do something where it does like a proper break, then retest, then you enter the continuation of the sales. This sort of gives you more confidence in your bias and your setup before you basically enter the trade. That way, you're not basically burning yourself. All right, so you wait for a break of this low, then a retest back into that region, and then you take the sales. And that's exactly what we have here, if you guys can see. So now this area that is here now. So your take profit will be at every of those zones that look like an order block. So these areas now can be your TP because you're not sure if market will decide to revert from there. So you want to basically play on the safe side. So for me, those are like the things that you can look out for and how you can be able to maximize that. So gold sell opportunities is quite visible around this region. And then for me, I think you'll be good to go. What else? Now let's go to GBPUSD. Now for GBPUSD, what do we have? Now for GBPUSD, this is the 4-hour time frame where we already took market buys first off here. Where we took market buys first off. Kindly hold on for me. All right. So as you guys can see, this is GBPUSD. Now what do we have on GU? Now, first off, we've seen the market has been pushing up price continuously. And then, there's been a bit of consolidation. And it's not picking like an exact zone. All right. That's why I've been having all of this happening. But for me, I'm thinking that, okay, for us to be able to trade this very well, now that we've seen that on the 4-hour time frame, market is continuously buying on the 4-hour. What we'll then do is come to a time frame lower than the 4-hour, which is like, let's say you are coming to a time frame that is divided by 2, which is the 2-hour time frame. Now, on the 2-hour time frame, what can you basically see? Now, for me, what I'll be expecting is market pushing down price to a zone where I can easily take buys from, which means it's either you mark out this zone that is here and expect that automatically you'll have a case scenario like this where market push down price. Can do a bit of retest here. Then pushes down price to this region. Now pushes down price to this region. And then we have market pushing up price continuously. Okay? And that's how you can have a case scenario like this. And that's how you can have a case scenario like this. So for me, you can just put this down a bit. So now, why did I do this? Now, first off, you can see that market already created a high. Then it created this break of the high that is basically here. Now then retested back down, pushing up price. So automatically for me, this zone means that it's giving more of like a supply and demand area. Now, if you put this on the 4-hour, you can clearly see on the 4-hour that this is also more like a supply and demand region, right? Because you have market creating this high, and this region here, then retested back down to push up price. But for me, I'm rating that, okay, we can have market push down price back into this area. So upon pushing that price back into this area, you cannot expect the market to continue to fire on. And that's why if you come to a time frame like the 2-hour, you'll clearly see there that, okay, I'm expecting market to retest back down into this zone and then, push up. Now, we didn't just basically set our stop loss at an area trying to give tight stop losses like this and all. We pushed it down, giving market room to breathe and all of that. So that gives you enough time to, allow your trades to be able to move very well, and then you're good to go. So XAUUSD sells, possibility for market to push down price and give us buy opportunities for GBPUSD. And now let's look at one more pair. Let me quickly save the XAUUSD charts. Okay, so XAUUSD. XAUUSD, download the image. Now let's look at one more pair. Let's see what we have for NZDCHF. Let's look at what we have for NZDCHF. Just hold on for me. NZDCHF. Yeah, don't worry. That'll be Dave. I'm gonna be starting Dave on from tomorrow. All right, so let's look at this quickly. What do we have here? We have the buys. Da, 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 da. This buys, not quite comfortable with it. Let me see what we have here. Okay. They're looking like there should be buy opportunities for NZDCHF, but then I'm not really convinced as I would be normally. So I don't think I'll be going for this trade. I would ignore it. Now let me look for another pair that I sort of would expect to move well. Let's look at GJ. So GBPJPY, not convinced. GBPCHF, not convinced. EURNZD. Let's look at Euro AUD. Hold on. EUR AUD. You have the low, there's the high, the slope of the high, market creating this zone here. And then pushing up price here. And this high. Retaining. It's looking like Euro AUD might be sales, but it's looking like EUR AUD might be sales, but I'm not quite convinced. Now let's look at AUD Swiss. AUD Swiss. Now let's look at more pairs. Okay, BTC. All right, let's do BTC then. Let's look at BTC USD. It's crazy how I don't even have it on my playlist. I see on my watch list rather. Now let's add BTC USD. Hold on. BTC USD. Now BTC USD. Okay. Now this is 4-hour time frame. Let's go to the daily. Now on the daily time frame, what do we have? If I'm being honest with you guys, let's look at this for a bit. First of all, we have a gap here on BTC. Market created a gap there. So first off, this is a gap region. This is a gap region. Then what do we have? First off, market created. Why do we have the gap region? I don't know. Market created a gap. So you can't really give a reason why market to create a gap. But then you already saw a gap. So if you have a gap like that, it means that there is an order to be filled. Market has an order to be filled, which means one way or the other, sooner or later, or eventually, you have you have BTC USD coming back to that area. You have BTC USD coming back to this area eventually. One way or the other, it would eventually come back to this region. What else? What else? Now let's look at it quickly. Now, as you guys can see that now we know that there is a gap here. Now, for me, I'll be expecting markets to have sort of like a sell continuation. But then, how do we catch this trade? Let's put it on the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can clearly see that market created these zones that are here pushing down price. So for me, I sort of will be expecting the sell continuation of BTC USD. I'll be expecting like a sell continuation of BTC USD. You can refine your SL however you want. Instead of expecting like a sell continuation for it and how you can catch your entries and all. So now, as you can see, first off, we have market creating a low, then a break of structure to the downside. Now, market created this zone and sort of gave a sign of retest, pushing down price and all. Lastly, this high has not been broken. Unless we have a case scenario where this high is broken, then we cannot anticipate buy opportunities. And also, we have a gap here. The market is automatically supposed to come down and come and clear, and that's like pretty much it. So what else? So our trading challenge is going to be starting from tomorrow. Let me just quickly say something on psychology. So guys, the only way you can be able to make a lot of money for yourself during this trading challenge is when you're open to taking risks, all right, and also calculated ones and that. And understand the fact that if I were you, what I'm going to basically do is I can divide my accounts across, like for instance, maybe I'm trading with a $10,000 account. What I'm going to do, I can divide my $10,000 into 20 different accounts, which means I'll be depositing $500 for each setup, or however I want to take my risk. So if I know that I'm depositing $500, it gives me opportunity to be able to risk that $500 and not go above that $500 risk. Does that make sense? And not go above that $500 risk, and that's like pretty much it. So that way now you give yourself room to breathe, you give yourself room to basically take calculated risks and all of that. And understanding the fact that one of the most important things for you as a trader is to make profits. Gossip is not your business. Who is making profit and who is not making profit is not your business. You should basically be embedded in ensuring that you scale and grow in your own craft. And there is no competition whatsoever with anybody. The only competition you have is you ensuring that you're a better person. Now, do you want to claim the 3 million naira cash prize? Yes, obviously. Who doesn't want money? But then you claiming that, don't get to lose yourself in the process. All right. Ensure that you are as good as you can be. And at the end of the day, the race is not for the swift, or how do they say it? But ensuring that, you know, you do it little by little, and then you are able to scale and grow yourself and all. So for the layering strategy, I'll be dropping that later today. So I'll be dropping you guys layering strategy later today, and that's like pretty much it. So what else? The challenge is starting tomorrow. Every single day, we're going to be dropping live sessions, teaching you guys and all. And also, at the end of the challenge, we're going to be giving out 3 million to 5 good participants that, you know, we're able to. That's just another way to ensure that we support you guys and ensure, you know, you stay grounded and keep pushing your craft and you know, believing in yourself that trading can truly pay you. All right. And also, if there's anything you don't understand or you're lost about, you can always reach out so you can prepare yourself ahead of the challenge. And there is no deposit or particular criteria required. So that way now, you know that. Thank you so much. And that way now, you know you are not, and they say there's one capital. No, nobody's telling you that here. Any capital you can start with. Some people start with $100 and end up making more money than somebody that started with $1,000. Capital makes it easier for you, yes, but your skill will set you apart. And understand the fact that I need you guys to understand something. When you're in a room full of people, all right, when you're in a room full of people, what will basically push you through to ensuring that you are looked at in a different way is how valuable you are. So what you focus on is ensuring that you build your craft and become important in the trading space. All right. And not just even in the space, as a person entirely. So what most people do as a mistake is when they see people, they rush to go and collect their numbers. When you go ahead to go and collect somebody's number, maybe in a seminar or whatever, what you've done in the process is you only have a contact, you don't have an access. Collecting people's number doesn't give you access to them. You can have somebody's number and not have access to them. What you have is a contact, not access. But what can buy you access to people is what you have to offer them. And the only way what you have to offer them can interest them is if that thing is valuable. So my question to you is, how valuable do you want to be in the month of July? And how valuable do you want to be throughout the rest of the year? I need you to brace up and fire on. And I'll see you guys tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye for now, guys.